Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hidayatul Hazuani binti Hamid, metric number A176625, and this is my video for final project subject LMCK1602 Literature for Emotional Quotient. And today I will be talking about a person that I admire and the list of books that actually changed his life or inspire him. Before I go on to talk about the list of books, I'm gonna talk about the person that I admire, which is Muhammad Shukri bin Shahabola. He is a 30-year-old man working as a senior executive, and he is a senior of mine, and I admire him very much because at the age of 30 he is already very successful, has a very stable job, and has a very good leadership and things that I admire the most. There are quite a bit of books that he lists. Before I talk about the list of books that changed his life or inspire him the most, Shukri is a person who actually reads a lot of books throughout his life. He said that during his kids' days, he already reads a lot of comic books, a lot of kid books, and when he was in high school, he reads a lot of biography books, autobiography about footballers, famous footballers such as Michael Owen, because he is very interested in those sports. And during his college years, because his major is business, he read a lot of books about entrepreneurships and investment and along those lines. So the books that changed his life, or the books that he keeps until today, he keeps reading and resonating with the quotes on the books, there are 4 books that he said, which is the first one, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. The Alchemist is a story about Santiago and his journey throughout the Middle East and him completing quests throughout his journey. So the lesson that Shukri learned from this book is that in anything that we do in life, we are usually facing an unknown things. So we have to put faith on those conditions, and we have to put faith in a lot of decisions. So we as a human can be planning a lot of things, such as in terms of planning our life, planning our future, something like that. But somehow there's gonna be somewhere that something that doesn't go our way. So we need to put trust in our faith, in our belief, and so that we can try our best in our life. The second book on this list is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. It's a very famous novel, and this novel already been made into a movie in 2014. It's a very famous movie. So Shukri said that he read this book during his college days. This story is about Hazel Grace, who is a teenage girl suffering from lung cancer, and a boy named Augustus Water. They meet during a counseling session, and the story goes along those lines, their journey and everything. To Shukri, this book is a very powerful story in terms of one full choice or one full belief. There is an infinite possibilities that could happen in life despite challenges. So he also gave me a quote that he really liked in this book. It was during Augustus, who already passed away, and he emailed Hazel Grace before he passed away. In those emails, the last passage of it is, "You don't get to choose if you get hurt in this world, but you do have some say in who hurts you. I like my choices. Okay, Hazel Grace." That is the quote from the book that left an impression to him. It resonated with him because even with faith, we also have a choice in terms of how we act, how we react in our daily life. And the realization that we all have choices is something which everybody takes to heart. So he thinks that we should believe that we are brave enough to make those choices and do something that we want. The third book is 10X Rules, and the fourth book is Be Obsessed or Be Average. Both of this book is from the same author, which is Grant Cardone. Both of this book is a book that he is currently reading. And the reason for him reading this book is because he wants to change, or he wants to shift his mindset from scarcity to abundance. There is a passage in the book, Be Obsessed or Be Average. Why have one color when you can have the rainbow? Although this quote may seem a little bit simple, he thinks that the passage speaks wonder in a lot of levels. For instance, we all have something we want in our life, but sometimes we think that those things are so far-fetched, or those things are things that we don't deserve. So he would like to change himself and change what he thinks about those topics, and he wanna change to something that he thinks that he deserves a better life, he deserves those opportunities, he deserves to be with that person, and so on. He thinks that when we give ourselves permission to actually accept those things, accept those mindsets, that we actually deserve better and we should find those opportunities. If we're actually accepting and embracing in terms of what we truly want, we can actually convince ourselves to make changes and to challenge ourselves to another level. So both of this book is telling about those concepts, and he finds it very beneficial, and he finds it very fruitful reading these books. Those are the 4 books that he lists. Although there is not many books on this list, I want to thank Shukri for actually cooperating with me for my final project. Although he is a very busy man and doesn't have much time on his hand. And I also want to thank Madam, my professor, Dr. Madya, Raihanah binti Mydin, for this project idea. And that's all from me. Thank you.